There is another story in town, and that's the post office scandal continuing to go unresolved. Now, former post office chairman Henry Staunton revealed over the weekend that a top civil servant told him to delay paying compensation to wrongfully convicted sub-Postmasters so that the government could, quote, limp into the next election. Well, a furious Kemi Badenoch hit back at the claims on Monday.
These allegations are completely false. It is so disappointing that he's chosen to spread a series of falsehoods, provide made-up anecdotes to journalists, and leak discussions held in confidence.
Well, now Staunton's hit back. He's unearthed a memo from a civil servant at the business department who indeed did tell him to hobble into the general election and not rip off the band-aid in terms of compensation payouts. Sir Keir Starmer took the Prime Minister to task over this debacle at PMQs earlier today. What?
Years of delay, Prime Minister, or cover-up are causing them anguish. And yesterday, Chris Head, once accused by the Post Office of owing more than £80,000, he said this yesterday: there is a lack of transparency. We need to see the correspondence between the Post Office, the Department and UKGI, because all of the time everything gets shrouded in secrecy.
Right, OK, well, I am joined by former sub-Postmaster and Post Office scandal victim, Christopher Head. Christopher, thank you very much. I think, unfortunately, you are now a political football, aren't you?
Yeah, obviously this row's erupted between sacked Henry Staunton and Kemi Badenoch. No idea who's telling the truth, but obviously it doesn't help us as post office victims, does it? You know, when we're still fighting for the compensation, it still appears to be delayed. Whose fault is that? We don't exactly know, but we are just sit here watching it all play out.
Yeah, how does it make you feel when you see that, OK, someone's piping up a Prime Minister's question time, we've got Kemi Badenoch talking about that there, we've got a former civil servant, and meanwhile, you're there, still out of pocket, and still with all of the problems that you had originally?
It's really frustrating, because obviously, you know, we've been promised time and time again, if we roll this back to 2019 after the end of the court case, we were promised it would be sorted then. And here we are 5 years later, being promised, you know, many times again that it will be full and fair compensation, and yet hasn't been delivered, and we're just sitting and watching this row play out.
Just to clarify on this, how much money are you after?
I mean, obviously, what we did is that we had the claim professionally quantified by a team of forensic experts. The claim does run into 7 figures, but they've offered, you know, less than 15% of the claim that's put forward. And I said they're not my figures that I've made up. They've taken my tax records, my business accounts, they've run and put them together. The government's paid for them and they've approved them experts, but they just simply don't want to accept what's in it.
What would your message be? Look, we've had an absolute shower in the House of Commons today for a variety of different reasons, which has formed the basis of my show, all right? But then this is just another one, isn't it, really? I mean, when you look at politicians now doing absolutely everything they can, it appears, not to give you compensation and have tried to sweep this under the rug, and you joined quite a long list of people. We had the infected blood scandal as well, didn't we, before that, and goodness knows what else, where people were desperate to get compensation and couldn't get it. Well, what would your message to the British public be about the calibre of the people who we've elected to represent us, do you think?
It's what I tweeted about earlier on. You know, the political system is just not working. It's not working for the people. I mean, we're seeing scandal after scandal, whether it's post office, whether it's Hillsborough, whether it's infected blood, and until there is proper redress delivered to all of the people involved, and we get some kind of accountability, which hopefully will act as a deterrent to stop the scandals happening again, I can't see how this doesn't keep on playing out for years to come.
Quick message to Kemi Badenoch and Rishi Sunak. I mean, look, to be fair, they are actually in a position to do something about this now.
Look, they need to deliver on the promises that they made, which is full and fair compensation, and you know, and deliver it now.